Arnie Noli, Tully, and Rick.
Yes.
And you guys ended up having to go out on TV together because you had an 8-man tag later that night.
Yeah.
And you cut a promo just because time was short or something. And that's where
And
Arn on the spot came up with the name.
it was a 2-minute, we had a 2-minute slot. And what was great was you had one of the greatest talkers in the business, Flair, who stood there in a 2-minute interview and never said a word. And I remember before we went out there, Arn, which would happen because it wasn't like a lot of thought went in ahead of time. And Arn said, "I have an idea. Let me run with it. Go." And he started out, and that's when he told the story about uh, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. He said, "Take a look at your screen." He said, "You have four giants of our industry," and he said, "The only thing that I can think of," he said, "is uh, uh, outside of the realm of the wrestling business." He said, "Is the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse," and he held up the four fingers. And the interview was over, and it was a great interview. And then we would finish TV and have to get on a plane and go like to work a house show in Greensboro that night. We get to Greensboro, and we get in the ring, and they had a row of heel fans that always dressed with a shirt and tie and a jacket, and so they started chanting "Horseman, Horseman," and holding up the four, and it grew from that. It wasn't something that somebody had the idea. Well, it was something that the fans created, which is why it was so great, and it just grew, and then other people would see it. And I remember going, like, it was in Tampa, where here's this Sundome, and all the way up top, you could see people that filled this bowl with people that sold out. And I look up, and I could see, and I couldn't hear the person, I couldn't, but all I could see was this, hold that out, and that's how it started, and it grew from something that just Arn threw out there, and I think that's why some of the most successful things that people talk about in the business started as something just as simple as that.